This is a greenside bunker here on hole 17. And what I'm going to do is describe for you two kinds of shots. So we're in the far left side of this bunker. There's two possible hole locations on this green that are pretty typical. One is right here, short on the left, and one is long over there to the right. So I'm going to describe to you the difference between hitting a very short spinning bunker shot and a long floating longer bunker shot. So here's how this goes. So let's say, for example, we're going right here first to the front left hole location. This is one where I want to create a lot of speed, but I don't want my ball to travel very far. So I'm going to do these steps. First thing I'm going to do is make sure I have my highest lofted wedge. I'm going to open up the club face to kind of start my setup procedure. The club face should basically be pointed right at the pin. If I aim the club face at the pin with an open stance, my feet are going to be over here to the left. That way, when I take my natural swing along my feet line, I'm actually swinging left of my target line, but it's not something that I'm manipulating. I'm not carving or cutting across. I'm just swinging right along my feet line. So I aim the club face, the leading edge, at the pin. When I take my setup, I'm going to dig my feet in quite a ways here. Right? I'm going to go down an inch or two into the sand because I need the sand to help get under the ball and give me some height so it comes out nice and soft. So I set myself up here. I don't typically lean left at all. I just take a normal stance. My grip is open. You can see it's a normal grip, but the club face is wide open. As I get my hands in to hit this shot, I'm going to make sure I lower them down kind of closer between my knees. Now that they're down here, I'm going to stay squatted, hinge my wrists up, and hinge them through on the follow through. My hands are going to accelerate through and under the ball pretty quickly, allowing that I've already dug myself 2 inches underground. The club will now go 2 inches under the ball. I've got to create some speed to float this ball out high and soft. So I'll show you what that looks like. There we go. So you can hear that nice sound. The sound that you get out of a bunker shot is regarded by golf commentary all the time. So if you hear that nice thud, that means you hit a good bunker shot. The way you get the thud is by getting deep enough into the sand. If you just hit the top of the sand, you're not going to hear that thud. So if I change this up now, and now I'm going to hit a long bunker shot, I'll show you the similarities and the differences. So here's the situation. Put my ball over here. Now I'm going to hit this to a long bunker shot much further past the pin. So as I do my setup, I'm not going to open the face, right? So I don't open my face in this direction. I keep it pretty square. That way, when I set up now, my stance is square. So as I set up, I've got a square stance and a square face. I'll dig my feet in, but I'm not going to dig in all the 2 inches that I just did on that one. So as I set up here, more of a square stance, square face, digging only an inch, the main difference here is how I swing. So on that one there, I hinged my wrists up, kept my hands low, and re-hinged them on the follow through. On this one, I'm going to have a much wider swing. I'm not going to do much hinging with the wrist. I'm going to keep my wrist relatively soft, but more full, not a lot of hinge. So setting up in this direction, more square face, more square stance, not digging as much, and a much longer swing. Okay, so then what happens is that ball travels out further, doesn't go as high. So hopefully this quick tip will help you discerning between a short, soft, spinny bunker shot and a long, floating bunker shot.